Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the Unnamed Server. I'm Angry K9 and today we're going to have to do some cleaning up because it looks like somebody else has decided to prank me. Plus we got that thing up there we need to clean up from the previous prank, and if I have any time to record left, I'm going to go down there and work on the item sorting system. But first you can see I've got chickens everywhere, mine carts everywhere. So somebody has decided to prank me, which is actually kind of unfortunate because this is really kind of a bad week to prank me because I am in the process of moving and I am very limited on any recording time or play time or anything. So I had everything planned out today with the intention of working on that sorting system over there and in the mob grinder, and well, it looks like I'm going to have to spend a little time cleaning up chickens now. So we're going to go over here and read the signs. It says the CLA strikes again. Even your underwater bases are not out of our feathered reach. Viva la feather. And I'm really not sure who put that there. I don't know if it was Colissimo or if it was CPU or who it was, since they didn't technically sign it. But that's alright. That's alright. It is what it is. Everybody's going to regret pranking me as it is, because I'll end up just getting everybody on the server. And, you know, being the server owner, I can do things that nobody else can, right? Anyway, we're going to go ahead and clean this silly stuff up. And when I come back, I'm going to take a look at that there police car. Actually, we're going to go ahead and look at that right now. You might remember in my last episode that I had left a little sign on this that you have 24 hours to clean it up. Well, it's been several days, and as you can see, it is still here. And we're going to go ahead and take this down, and we're just going to get rid of all of this. Every bit of this, I'm just going to go ahead and get out of the way, chicken. Toss it down into the disposal unit over there. I'm going to assume that they weren't too interested in coming over here and getting it, so you know, it is what it is. So be it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and clean all this up. I'm going to go ahead and clean all these chickens up, and if I have any recording time left, I'm going to go ahead and go over there and start working on the item sorting system in the mob grinder. Okay, so I've spent a little bit of time prepping this area over here. I made all the chests that I needed and put them in place. And I have regular chests, then trap chests, and regular chests and trap chests stacked side by side like this. And I've also did a little bit of digging and prep work in the room behind there. And these things have just been coming up the mob elevator here and just grinding away. I do have some minor issues. I mentioned the witches in my last episode. And that's what I put that lever up there for. Sometimes the baby zombies get there and they stand right there in those hoppers there. And they burn, but they don't actually take any damage. But it's not a problem because eventually they run into the water and get caught up in the lava and end up burning anyway. So we're going to go ahead and go back here into what is going to be the redstone room. And I already have the hopper chain in place. And I've got some prep work done for the item elevator. And this cobblestone pad here is also going to be where most of the redstone is going to go. Now, this hopper chain runs all the way over here to these chests. And these chests are going to be the miscellaneous chests for any items that are not sorted out in the other 9 banks of chests. They should end up over here. And that's probably going to be things like slime balls, the occasional slime ball that comes up, and probably some of the drops from witches, sticks, glass bottles maybe, possibly redstone. Not really sure. Should have enough to sort. We're going to have bones and string, gunpowder, rotten flesh. Probably going to have some spider eyes from witches. We might be able to get pretty much everything here. Sugar, glowstone, redstone, and possibly some sticks, and probably everything else. Probably don't really need that much for all of them. It's possible I may not worry about drops from witches. I might just have them all go over here. Just have a few extra chests here or something like that. Not really sure. I might sort, let's see here. I might just go ahead and stick with the normal drops you get. String, gunpowder, bones. I forgot about bones. Arrows. I forgot about arrows. So actually, we're going to have bones and arrows and string and rotten flesh Okay, that's 4, right? We'll have gunpowder. And what else? I think that's just about it. Probably get witch drops then. Maybe we'll have some... Well, you know, I'm not really sure. We'll figure it out. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and work on this item elevator. And I've already got the basic structure in place. It might be kind of hard to see, but it's right there. We got the cobblestone. And that's actually how high we're going to need it to go to. And I've already made the droppers. You can see on my inventory bar there. I've got 7 of them. So I need to take 6 of them and just go straight up like this. Whoop. Forgot to hit the sneak key. This is kind of tricky to do. Need to put them up just like this, and then I'm not going to be able to do this last one unless I knock out a couple of blocks here. So we'll just do this temporarily just so I can jump. And okay, one more, and then the last one needs to point into those hoppers right there. So let me go ahead and throw down some of that right there. Let's knock this out. If I can get positioned just right, I should be able to point it the way I need it. It needs to go, don't jump, just like that. And that should take care of that. And while we're up here, I'm going to go ahead and put in that, which needs to be right there. And I need this facing, no, not that way. Let me knock this out, turn around, and point that right into that hopper. Right there, dropper I should say, and that will activate that when items come up, and we pretty much do that all the way back down. Splat. I'm gonna go ahead and put these redstone torches here because they're just like this all the way up on either side, and let me go ahead and pillar up there to the top. Make sure I get that one in place. And we've already got the repeater up there, so we're going to put a repeater here, a repeater there, and go back down to the bottom and put a repeater right there. And that will more or less complete that part of it. Now I need to have, let's see, how does this got to go? I need a comparator, so I'm going to take a little bit more of this out of here. Okay, if I remember correctly, I'm going to need a comparator coming out right there, and I'm going to need a block, and then a torch, and I'm going to need some redstone coming right over here, right into that block, and that way when items hit this dropper right here, they will activate that. I'm losing my train of thought here. Anyway, items hit this dropper right here. They will activate that comparator, which will turn this torch off, which will turn that off, and then turn this torch on, and they will alternate back and forth. This creates sort of a little clock. And then you can see we got quite a few drops coming through here. So I need to extend those hoppers over into that dropper right there. So let me go ahead and put that right there, knock that torch out of the way, do it just like that. And we're going to go ahead and break that chest out of there. Watch everything fly just like I knew it would. Go ahead, put that right there. And a lot of that stuff will probably go right into the droppers there. And I'm going to go ahead and put all of these mob drops into these. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and jump right over there. And all this stuff should be going up, and it should end up in those chests over there. Let me knock a couple of blocks out here so I can get up. I think that'll do it. Let me go over here and check. If that's working out, then everything should be hitting these chests over here. And probably the bottom one. And things are showing up over there. So that is a good sign. So that means things are mostly working. So let me go ahead and drop some more stuff right in there. Let me knock that out and fill all these hoppers up with mob drops all the way. So everything should end up in this chest over here, and you can see it is still filling up. And I have tons of mob drops. So as long as that is running, they are still spawning. or I'm sorry, they are still traveling through the hopper chain from the lava blade over there. I'll get it right here in a second. And this should just go on about its business and just keep on working as long as that thing is running. So now the next thing I need to do is get ready for the sorting system. And I've pretty much got everything set up here. A little bit of work done ahead of time. Let me go ahead and take some of these out. I don't think I need to do this, but it's possible. What we need to do is we go over here and we can tile this particular design. I'm not really sure who originally made this design here, but we can go ahead and set it up. And what I'm going to have, obviously we have the hopper chain here, and this is where all the item drops, or the items come through. And in each area here we're going to have some hoppers that come down. And I'm going to have to build other hopper chains to go to each chest here. I can't line these up perfectly the way I wanted to without it causing problems. Basically because these steps are in the way right here, and that's actually my biggest problem. You can see this needs to go back pretty far, and they are right in the way. That's why I have these upside down stairs here, so that it does not interfere with the redstone. So anyway, we have a block here, and we are going to have a repeater pointing into that block, and then over top of that repeater we have another block just like that, and then one right behind it. Okay, and that is the configuration that we need. And on top of that, if I can get up there, we're going to have a comparator pointing, actually, I need to point it toward the back. Just like that. And then we have redstone on this block and on that block. And that's why I needed those stairs there, so that the redstone would run down. If I had just a solid block there, it would break the redstone, and it would not work. So, yeah, and on this side right here, in front of the block that's right in front of that comparator, or that repeater, we need a redstone torch. And right over top of that, let's see here. Pointing into that comparator, we need a hopper. So we'll just get right on the edge there, just like that. And I believe that should be just fine. And then we need another one that's going to point into the chest. So I'm going to go ahead and put some hoppers right there. Bring this out like this. Just like that. And put another one right here. And point one right into that. Just like that. And then what we need to do is determine what item we want sorted right through here. So let's go ahead and pick something. How about, I don't know if we got anything left. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and grab the arrows. We'll go ahead and sort the arrows into that one. So what we need to do is we need to get 22 of some item that we're not going to use, like in this case charcoal. And I cooked up some logs so that I could have some charcoal. So we need to put 22 of that in those hoppers there. And actually this thing is probably already sorting because of the fact that we didn't have this thing set up. So let me go ahead and break that so that it'll stop doing that. Because I need this hopper to be... Or is it this hopper actually? Yeah, that... Oh, no, I don't need one there. Silly. I need that hopper there. Let me get the bones out of there. Well, if you want bones, then we'll go ahead and put the bones in there. We need 22, and this is just not going to cooperate with me today. Now, this redstone torch should stop this thing from collecting, but it does not seem to be wanting to do that. So let me go ahead and stop that, make sure there is nothing in there. And am I putting that in the right place, though? Yeah, why is that filling up? It should not be doing that. It should be one bone, and that should be all. Let me go ahead and throw this back in there. That's probably why, actually. One bone, one bone, one bone, one bone, one bone. There we go. And that should be working now. That should only sort the bones. Everything else should work its way over there But the bones, and only the bones, should end up right there. So we're going to go ahead and toss all these bones in there. Actually, let's go ahead and take some of them out. And that is a trap chest. That's why it's not going up while I'm doing that. Let's take all the bones out of here that show up. And I think that's about all that's going to show. So if this works out, then everything else should continue to head over in that other chest. And then bones should end up... It's not working, is it? So let me get all this out of there. Getting some lag. Let's get that out of there. Let's get that out of there. And this is not working. Alright, I'm going to have to stop recording here for just a second. Figure out what I did wrong, and I will be right back. Okay, I figured out what I did wrong. I actually put one too many pieces of charcoal in here. Need 21, and then one of the item that you're going to sort there, not 22. If I put another one in there, then it will just let anything go through. So you need 21 of whatever you're not going to use, and then just one of whatever item you want sorted through there, and then that will allow it to go through there. So if I take all these bones up here and just toss them in the line right up there, every one of them should end up in this chest right down here, and we should only get bones down there. I'm not really sure why it's putting them in those chests as well. Actually, I know exactly why. It's because they're trap chests. They're not actually in that chest. It's just when I open that trap chest, it sends a signal into the hopper and it stops them. So, yeah, so that thing will just continue to tick away and sort all those bones. And that is exactly how we do this for all of the other items as well. And this is going to get a little bit tricky because of the way this is going to work out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to have all of these right here. I might have to turn this to the side and have it go out that way. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of creativity here, be a little creative with how I do all this, with these things not matching up quite as well as I wanted to. These down here on this end may not be a problem because I can probably get those to match up fairly well. And let's see, I'm not sure. So anyway, we just do this same pattern all the way down here. So we would put blocks here just like this, and then we would put another comparator, or I'm sorry, repeater right in there. And of course up here we'd have another comparator pointing out that way. Then we'd have redstone right here, and it doesn't matter if that redstone meets up, because it's not going to make a difference. And then we'll just throw that redstone torch right there. And then we do that all the way down. We're going to need that pointing into that right there. And it seems to have picked up the bones because we don't have anything set. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out of there. Just like that. And we'll just keep that out of the way until we're ready. But yeah, that is pretty much the same concept. The basic concept all the way down. It's just like that. And I'm going to do that all the way down here. And then I'm going to have to get a little creative with all the hoppers up here. But I'm pretty sure I could figure it out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and then we'll come back and take a quick look at it, and then I will call this video done. Okay, everybody, here it is about 2 weeks after I recorded that last segment. I had to go offline last week because I had to move, and I've got all that done finally, and I'm in the new place, and I'm still the same distance away from the railroad tracks. And in a slightly noisier neighborhood. So things working against me there, but at least I moved and out of the old place. I miss the old place. I really wish I could go back. But you know how it is. It's one of those things in life. Anyway, working on the mob grinder down here, I've got the sorting system all worked out, and it really turns out that I was making it more difficult than when I needed to. So I have all these chests here. And I still have spawns coming up here, and these things, this thing spawns pretty well. We do have a couple of issues, though. As you can see, that spider was hanging out, and I think I've mentioned this before, but usually a mob will come up there and knock him into the flames. Baby zombies will come up here, and from time to time will hang out on top of these hoppers. And even though they will actually be on fire, they won't take any damage from the fire, which is really weird. But that's not too big of a problem, because eventually they try to run across the water and end up getting pushed back into the flames and end up burning up anyway. The other problem, obviously, is the witches. They come over here, and once they hit the flames, they try to drink fire resistance potions. Sometimes they succeed, Sometimes they don't. So that's what I put this lever in there for. I think I mentioned that once before, so that they'll suffocate. It usually takes a little while to kill them sometimes, but they do eventually die. So everything works out pretty well. You can see we're getting some pretty decent spawns. I am the only one on the server right now, but even when other people are on the server, the spawn rate isn't too awful bad. I think mostly that's because I am underwater. I don't really have a lot of caves lit up around here. I've got a lot of work to do to light the caves up, but you know, I'll do all that off camera. Under the floor here, I have the hopper chain going over to the sorting system, and I put some half slabs down here instead of full blocks. That way, if I have anything I want to drop, say I had some, well, I don't have any glowstone there. Actually, I need to look in the bottom chest, but we'll just go ahead and grab some of this here. If I happen to come over here with some zombie flesh or something like that and I want to get rid of it, I can just go ahead and drop it right there, and the hoppers are under there, and it will take them up, and it will throw it right into the sorting system, and it will end up right here in the chest with the rest of it. So, I don't really like the dip in the floor here, but it serves a purpose. I didn't want to put another chest out here, just kind of have a random chest in the middle of the floor, so it works out pretty well. And of course I have the lever here to turn spawning on and off, and go back here and take a look at the redstone. I got all this figured out. It wasn't really as hard as I was thinking it was going to be to have all these hoppers straightened out. Like I said, I was really just making it more difficult on myself than it needed to be. Once I figured out that it would be easier if I just kind of spread things out a little bit, everything worked out pretty well. So yeah, and it is the same system all the way down, just like I showed early on in the video. And it works out quite well. Now, I'm thinking that I'm probably going to have, you know, the spider eye and the sugar, the redstone, the glowstone, probably work its way down here into this chest with the stick there. All those are witch drops, and that is the only place we get them from, are from the witches. You won't get spider eye from the spiders unless you kill them manually. So, aside from the stack of spider eye that I had in my main storage area that I brought over here, all we've really gotten out of that was 19 from witches, 2 from sugar, 2 sugar, and 12 redstone, and 8 glowstone in 1 bottle over here. So, and countless bits of gunpowder, but most of this gunpowder obviously came from creepers and Fubi. There is almost 21 stacks of gunpowder there, so eat your heart out. So yeah, this thing's working pretty cool. The sorting system's working great, and it's doing its thing. So like I said, I'm probably going to combine the spider eye, the sugar, the redstone, the glowstone over here with the bottles. All the witch drops will probably just go down to this area here, because I don't really think that there is any need to have separate chest banks for each of those, since we don't really get that much witch spawns. You know, they're fairly frequent. I mean, they're not like as frequent as zombies or skeletons or creepers, etc., obviously, but they do pop up quite a bit. So yeah, just not that much, but that might change a little bit once I get caves lit up and things like that. But yeah, got a lot of work to do in cave lighting. So yeah, other than that, I'm probably going to throw a door up here. Not really going to do a whole lot with this room back here. I might fill in some of the open space and just you know, I don't know. I might just leave it as is. I'm definitely going to leave this area open here so that I can access it. So I'm probably just going to leave it as is. I'm not going to fill any space. That way, if I need to get back here to the redstone, I can. We're still using 14W08A, is it? And yesterday, 14W10A and 10B was released. I tried to upgrade, and anytime I tried to start the server, it would crash with some weird exception error. So I went back to 08, and they released a 10B, so I'm going to try that after I finish recording this video, see if I can't get up to 10B, and hopefully that'll work out. But yeah, you can see we've got quite a bit of stuff. Like I said, we got all this gunpowder. Most of this came from creepers, which is really cool. Now I can make all kinds of TNT. Got a ton of arrows. I had quite a few already, but we still got quite a bit. Bones, got a lot of bones. I had maybe, I don't know, 18 stacks of those. All the rest of these here came from skeletons. Getting quite a bit of spider string from spiders. A lot of people think that the string's just going to burn up in this lava blade, but hoppers tend to just grab everything pretty much as soon as they appear, and it never really touches the flame, so we don't have to worry about the string burning up. So we're getting quite a bit of that. Don't really have much need for that, but I don't know. With the new snapshots and everything, the Enderman farm has been affected. So, yeah, it might come down to one of those deals where I might end up needing to make some changes to that. Of course, the rotten flesh, really have no practical use for that. I think there is a villager right now that'll take flesh and give you emeralds, but I don't know if that's a glitch or not. Bones, obviously, we can use for bone meal, and we can almost never have enough bone meal, especially when I get on one of my tree planting kicks where I suddenly decide I want to fill an entire double chest full of wood, which I did do not too long ago. I had 9 stacks, and that is 9 complete stacks of 64 of all 6 types of wood, and that took me a couple hours. That's what happens when I get bored. Sometimes I think I just need a life. So yeah, I am glad to be back on the server after my move. I know early in this video I seemed kind of grumpy, and because of the prank that was played on me and everything, but that was just because I was stressed out. So nothing personal. I'm not upset with anybody. The prank was actually kind of amusing. That was Mr. CPU that did that, and all I can say is, CPU, keep your eyes open, because I will be coming for you, and Envy and MC Gone Wild, I'll be coming for you too. So yeah, also keep your eyes on the Reddit, and keep your eyes in the description of my videos. We have 2 new members on the server. I am not going to say their names until they have had a chance to post on their channels that they are back on the server. One was a former member who decided to return, and the other is someone that I invited to the server several months ago, but he was busy with a Tekkit series and really couldn't come on. But he finished up his Tekkit series, and he is on the server now. He was online for a bit yesterday. So once I see the videos that they put up saying that they are on the server, I'll be able to say who they are. And it apparently, from what I'm being told, at least one server member now is talking to another former member about possibly coming back to the server. So that would be pretty cool if we had other members come back. We have quite a few members now and still going strong. And of course, the server has been up for 1 year, and that is awesome. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this video. A lot longer than it should be, probably. We'll see what I can do in editing. Hopefully I can keep it under the 20 to 25 minute mark. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I sure do appreciate it. Definitely appreciate all the support over the last year. Here's looking forward to another year of the Unnamed server, and hopefully all of you will be there along for the ride. So thanks for watching. My name is Angry K9, and I will see you next time.